AskReddit by Drazza48. What are the best free online certificates you can complete that will actually look good on a resume? Lem tell you something, as someone who has hired a lot of staff over many years. Get something to put on your resume. 90% of what we're looking for is that someone is willing to put in effort. If you can show that you've taken free courses and put in your own time to improve yourself and your career, you are far ahead of 90% of the resumes we receive. The other 10% is the skills you bring to the table. I don't think this is upvoted enough. People asking, is this good enough to put on a resume? Here is the answer. Your future employer will see that you can recognize and take an opportunity when it is presented, for example free training, and you can follow through on simple commitments, for example sacrifice a weekend to learn something new. The Digital Garage by Google, https://learndigital.with google.com/digitalgarage/. It shows that you have knowledge of how online marketing, analytics, AdWords, email marketing etc. works. It's a good introductory certificate and you can put it up on LinkedIn. Thank you so much for this. I decided to give this a try and I completed it today. Is there a direct link to put it up on LinkedIn? http://www.deputyhatatak.org/ I had to do it a few years ago for a hospital I worked at. It's a basic little certification that shows you understand the signs of heart attack and also goes into why people are reluctant to get help. It doesn't give you a CPR certification or anything, but the idea is if you catch it early enough you won't have to do compressions. Good info in it. Edit, neat. I'm at work tonight and unable to respond to everyone, but, as other people have said, if someone becomes unresponsive, do compressions. Don't waste your time trying to figure out if they are having a heart attack. To the people who took the little course offered on the website, I really hope you found it valuable. Edit 2. Yes, please do check for a pulse before cracking ribs. I've seen them done on people who weren't actually in cardiac arrest and they did not enjoy it. Should have included that in the last edit. Does it cover specific information about heart attack symptoms in women? UNDSS.org. Basic and advanced security in the field. Mandatory for all UN employees. Often a requirement for other non-military institutions involved in humanitarian missions. Even if you don't do stuff like that, it gives you a nice base layer in terms of traveling abroad. This site worked for me. https://training.dss.un.org/course. Append Classrooms. https://appendclassrooms.com// has some certifications. It's also a pretty good site. FEMA certification. It's long and repetitive, but it looks good to employers so they understand that you have knowledge of a basic command structure and how to handle adverse situations. Edit. For anyone looking for the link, here it is: https://training.fema.gov/is/. The courses are under independent study. Edit. Wow, I'm glad so many of you found this helpful or at least interesting. Thank you for the gold, kind stranger. Also, for those asking about programs like this in other countries, this was the closest lead that I could find. https://training.fema.gov/fedu/collegialist/other countries/ I completed these for my resume when I applied at FEMA. I remember most of it's just common sense. I got the job but forgot most of the small details on those tests, so here's hoping common sense pays off. Not free but very cheap. $50. Google Analytics Cert. Edit. Actually, I was wrong. I haven't been certified in a while and it used to be $50. It's free now. https://www.launchdigitalmarketing.com/how-geo-pass-google-analytics-certification/ Worth also mentioning, Google AdWords and Facebook ads have their own free online certification courses to go with it, if marketing is your jam. Every small business could use somebody who knows how to run an ad, and if you're looking to break into digital marketing as a career, they're absolute necessities. Edit. Other commenters have pointed out that the Facebook certification isn't free. They're correct, the courses are free. The certification costs a bit and has to be performed by a proctor. Not a certificate, but definitely worth your time. Excel training. https://excelexposure.com. YouTube offers a certification in audience growth and development. It's a requirement for some job listings and people are always impressed when you say you're certified. Edit. Turns out there are limitations on who is eligible for certification. I was working at an MCN at the time, managing one of the largest channels on the site when I got certified. When applying for other jobs, every one of them said YouTube certified is a plus or must be YouTube certified. Edit 2. The certification process is a long one and is mostly slideshows, a series of videos and fake scenarios, with a multiple choice quiz after each section. It covers best practices for upload schedules, thumbnails, banners, description layout, tags, really everything there is about YouTube. At the end you get emailed a PDF from Google saying you are officially certified. This is interesting. Is it free or a reasonable fee? Not free depending on the state you live in, but look into becoming a notary public. You are able to notarize legal documents. I've had a couple of friends ask if I can stop by their offices to notarize documents for people. Super useful to have around. In NICE, it's $15 to take the test, and if you pass 70% minimum of multiple choice, it's $60 to get the license. But I've definitely gotten my value for it, and it's good for the entire state. Damn, that's cheap. In Arizona you have to buy like $5 cane bonds or something. Actually I just checked again. It looks like you have to get a $5 K bond that costs $25 and the registration fee is another $25. Salesforce Trailheads. It will teach you how to use and operate any part of Salesforce and is completely free. Lots of companies don't understand how to operate their own Salesforce, so this could get you a high-paying job free. Edit. People keep asking what Salesforce is. Salesforce is a way for a company to track everything that is done at a company. For example, Amazon, when you create an account you create a profile that they put into Salesforce that keep track of who you are. This information then can be used to sell to you, creating a custom experience. Another use could be a bank that has many customers and want to know which customers are the most loyal, have the most referrals and other such factors. Edit number 2. Changed it to correct name Salesforce Trailhead. Thank you, employee of Salesforce. I read your comment. I currently use Salesforce and had no idea this was a thing. Kudos. If you are a programmer who uses databases, MongoDB is providing free MongoDB certification at University Mongo.com courses. This is a great way to get certified on one of the leading NoSQL databases out there. Deleted. FEMA offers hundreds of free courses and certificates online that cover several topics and interests all related to emergency management. If you have a public library card, lots of cities partner with lynda.com, which you can access for free through your public library's portal. Normally the subscription is about $800 a year. I don't think there are certifications, but there's tons of courses and learning paths. You do get little certificate badges at the end which you can add to LinkedIn, if you use that. Bookmarks to forget about later. That's why I create a Reddit account, simply for saving stuff so I have a good resource to review it when I have time. EDX and MIDX has a ton of free courses online. After the course you can get a certificate from them by passing a test that costs anywhere from free up to $500, but most are around $50. https://www.edx.org/x-series. Back 5 years ago MIT announced badges where you could take MIT courses and then if you passed an online test you would get a badge that said you knew the subject. While I can find a poster for it, http://web.mit.edu/evpt/is_amp_t%20 badges%20 poster.pdf I cannot seem to find the MIT site to use. Deleted. The National Highway Institute has plenty of free courses pertaining to NEPA, engineering, traffic, transportation planning, and tons more at https://www.nhi.fhwa.dot.gov. There are web-based training solutions and classroom style. Many are free, others you have to pay. And for professionals, some of the courses offer CE credits. To the general public, it would benefit you to know some of this stuff, especially eminent domain right-of-way acquisition and the Relocation Uniform Act. Not sure if it's still available for free, but you could get a WIPO certificate if you're interested in patents and trademarks. http://www.wipo.int/academy/en/ The exam was easy, but it was a lot of work and reading, so only do this if you want to be a patent clerk or something like that. But hey, if it was good enough for Einstein, then why not? Nice. I know a few companies trying to trademark the Coexist logo. You can get Six Sigma white belt for free. Looks great for supply chain majors. The problem is that there are like 5 more belts that get hella expensive. OP is going to be a god in a few months. OP will start doing a few of them and then give up within a week. Personally, I'm a fan of the online ASL course. No matter what your job is, or the odds of running into someone who is hard of hearing, it's effectively learning a new language and being able to communicate with a good chunk of the population. It is especially good for any service industry, public sector, or communications job. Edit. One thing to keep in mind is that just knowing ASL doesn't mean that you know the culture. Deaf HH community is very deep and diverse. If you are interested in learning more than the basics to assist, I highly recommend learning about the culture a bit. Where can you do this? And is it free? I'm a paramedic and I think this would come in handy. Get it? Handy? Hands? ASL? I'll leave. Being a notary public is pretty inexpensive and you can study and take the course online. It's about as hard as an average driver's test. You just have to go to a courthouse to pay and do an oath and sign the book. And then you also pay for your stamp. But all total, at least in my instance, you're hardly out $50. Almost every business needs a notary, so it's really handy to have, and you can practice anywhere in the state where you are certified. In Indiana, you just need a $50 surety bond and pass the online test. It was 10 questions and the answers were provided prior to the test. Took me less than 30 minutes, including purchasing the surety bond and getting it emailed to me online from my bank. National Incident Management System, NIMS, Incident Command System, ICS. They are online courses available through FEMA that teach you how to operate during an incident. Very useful for police, fire, and EMS jobs because you use the skills on every call. Heads Up Concussion Certificate, from the CDC website. Meant for coaches and referees, giving advice on the signs and symptoms of concussions, a very transferable skills, and how to manage them. It's also completely free, and you can print yourself out the certificate. Very good for anyone related to healthcare, sports, IMO. NPTEL. I don't know, they offer courses for global users. I enrolled one course about information security. It was pretty good. They gave me certificate, hard copy https://onlinecourses.nptel.ac.in/explorer. Edit. I didn't expect that this thread will get this much attention. So, I'd like to elaborate this topic a bit. First of all, my apologies for giving the wrong URL. I have now updated the correct URL. Register with your Gmail ID. For those wondering, NPTEL, National Program on Technology Enhanced Learning, is a joint initiative of the IITS and IISC. Through this initiative, they offer online courses and certification in various topics. I am not sure they offer courses for international users. Course is free, but you need to pay for the exam and certification. At the time of enrolling a course in NPTEL, I paid Rs. 1000 INR. I got a certificate, hard copy. The certificate is pretty neat, decent, well framed. I enrolled a course titled Information Security. It was 6-level course. I completed only 1 level. They provide assignments during the course. You need to complete the assignments. ed2go.com. These are actually classes you can get college credits or certifications for through a ton of real colleges, not just for-profit ones. My community college has classes through here. Just go to the website and check it out. You could take 1-3 classes on a specific coding language and then put that on your resume. Check the website out and look at the classes you might be interested in taking that you might see value in for your career or jobs you want to apply to. Not free but very cheap. $30 plus stackskills.com offers classes that range anywhere from learning how to become a network penetration tester, how to hack Android phones, how to code, and how to make apps. It's extremely useful and they have a solid refund policy if it doesn't work out for you. Edit. The average price I noticed on there was $30. There are many classes that are cheaper and also some that are more expensive. They also sometimes come in bundles, which really gives you more bang for your buck. So, that means, if hacking Android phones ends up not being a profitable line of work, they'll refund my money. I'm about to be so fucking certified. Google AdWords and inbound certification. Good for online marketing and totally free. Questions are lengthy but employers are often impressed it's on there. Couldn't agree more. I work for an advertising agency and often hire for the digital department. The 3 that usually stand out for me are Google Analytics, Google AdWords, and any HubSpot certification. Speaking of which, HubSpot offers a set of 10 or so certifications on everything from inbound marketing and growth-driven design to things specific to their platform, like email marketing, the sales tools, and marketing tools. That would be my best recommendation by far. Not free, but if you're in education, Google Certified Educator. Level 1 is only $10, and Level 2 is $25. I did them both in several 6-hour days over the course of 1 week. Covered Google Classroom, Sites, Gmail, Hangouts, Calendar, etc. https://www.cybrary.it is a site full of free training for cybersecurity and it. They offer certification for some of the courses that are not based on existing certs. I have a QPR suicide prevention training certificate that people are always impressed by. Short training, very important stuff. Getting certified on certain software like Excel or SolidWorks can spruce up your resume a little. How can I get certified in Excel? I recently found that SolidWorks gives you a couple of complimentary certification exams if you have a subscription. I use SW at work and we have a subscription so we keep the software up to date. Being the only person who uses it here, I don't have to fight anyone for the free exam. Want to work for a brewery? It's not free but cheap. $45 I believe. There is a test called the Chicharoni Beer Server Certification. There are 3 levels to the test, but any brewery in the USA would be stupid not to hire you if you have passed the first level test. A great study guide for the test is Tasting Beer by Randy Mosher. Read it and you will know everything needed. I've met him and he signed my book. Nice man. You helped me find something I didn't know I wanted until right now. FreeCoderCamp.com offers an online certificate in front-end programming, HTML5, CSS, JavaScript and jQuery, with 0 experience required. Definitely worth it to check it out. In my own experience, FCC 6 months into their program is one of the worst sites for learning coding. There are tons of better, free or very affordable resources out there. Here is R and what I4A7FD2FF5503, and here's another, https://github.com/be-more-le25/become-a-full-stack-web-developer/closed bracket excellent starting points for getting into coding. GIS, Geographic Informational System. You can download a free trial of ArcGIS and take free classes. Good for various environmental jobs. ArcGIS is the big GIS software that's most widely used by business, government, universities etc. But it's not cheap. QGIS is the most widely used free, open source GIS software. There is a very good introductory course, http://docs.q.org/en/docs/training_manual/forward/html close bracket on how to use it and also a good introduction into what is GIS, http://docs.q.org/2.8/gentle_introduction/index.html close bracket dart. This would be good to look into, you ocean going soul. Boating license. It's an 8-hour class and easy test. Works in every state in the USA and all of Canada. Free for people under 18. $10 for over 18. No renewal required. I honestly forgot all the rules, but it's a great thing to have. Till boating is a desired resume skill. Coursera certs aren't free, but they are cheap. You can get certs in a wide variety of subject areas through Coursera. The courses are generally free, though, so you can learn everything you need to want to then decide if you want to pay the few dollars for the certification from the university. It really is a fantastic site. If you're a pilot or even work in aviation, AOPA offers free ASI online safety courses with everything from flight planning to airport security. I think some employers even require certain ones before you can get a ramp badge. Not something most people can do, but if you are in the US military and you are doing the United States Military Apprenticeship Program, USMAP, you are missing out on an opportunity. It is free, you are already doing 99.9% of the work for it, and it's a depth of labor certificate. The only real effort you have to put in that you don't already do is logging your hours and getting supervisor signatures. Deleted. Google Educator Certification. It's a series of lessons on what Google resources are out there and how to use them in the classroom, such as groups with other educators in the area and of course Google Classroom. Looks good on a resume to show you're down with technology and can use it to your advantage. Take the lessons at your own pace and $10 exam at the end to get certified. https://edtrainingcenter.withgoogle.com/certification. Hey OP, thank you so much for this question. I'm looking for a new job and now, because of you, my resume will look all fancy and certified. If I had gold, I'd give it to you. Oh, thanks. I'm so glad it has helped you out. It's definitely going to be helpful to me. I don't know if it looks good as a resume, but it is a start. Scrum Fundamental Certification. https://www.scrumstudy.com/certification/scrum-fundamentals-certified. Web Developer Bootcamp was the best $100 I ever spent, and looks like it's currently on sale for $10. 12 weeks will take someone who knows absolutely nothing about computers and turn them into a code writer. https://www.udemy.com/the-web-developer-bootcamp/ A CPR certification can be earned online. I don't think that an online course is adequate to teach you to respond to a real emergency, but a hiring manager in his 60s who had too many cheeseburgers in his or her life might like the idea of having someone like you around. Edit. A lot of people are telling me you need to do the actual test in person, and you should. An online certification will never compare to practical experience. Your mileage may vary. Generally, those online CPR classes require you to do a hands-on training after the online part before they will issue your card. Become an ordained minister for free. You can legally marry or start your own church. http://www.ulc.org. Deleted. Crazy. I'm also Times Person of the Year circa 2006. I have a certificate saying I can pour alcohol responsibly. If your field is marketing, be sure to check out https://genm.co. They offer modern marketing programs, lessons and courses, and connect you with real businesses to enhance your credentials. All for free.